First off, I want to thank the arcade crew for the early review copy. I've actually been really excited about this game, and this was a really cool opportunity for the channel. Vengeful Guardian Moonrider comes out tomorrow on PC, Switch, and PlayStation consoles, and it's absolutely worth playing. But before we get to the review, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're feeling naughty, go ahead and hit that bell notification. Let's get to it. As far as stories go, there's not much meat on the bones in Moonrider, and that's a good thing. This is a game designed to be extremely replayable, and long story segments would have only been an aggravation to the player. But basically, you as Moonrider were created to uphold the totalitarian state, but for some reason that I never really understood, probably because I wasn't paying attention, but basically you've rejected your purpose and have chosen vengeance on the state instead. Like I said, there's not much here for story, so let's move on. Graphics, as you can tell, are in a 16-bit format, reminiscent of the golden age of gaming. The textures can be a little muddy at times until your eyes get used to it due to the huge amounts of gray and red and brown. But I absolutely love the art style throughout, with some of the bosses even having an H.R. Geiger-esque aesthetic to them, and not to mention a phenomenal soundtrack throughout. Gameplay is undoubtedly the reason that you would purchase this $17 package, and JoyMasher has shown a level of expertise in the retro format that I personally have not experienced before now. For a quick background of my experience with the game, for the first 30 to 40 minutes of playing, I initially was not a huge fan. I've never played games like this before. Contra is an old memory of mine and one that I have no opinion on other than the thoughts of nostalgia. Vengeful Guardian, for some reason, was extremely hard for me to wrap my brain around initially, and I don't have an exact reason why. The control scheme is pretty easy on PlayStation. Your square button is used to attack, X to jump, circle to use your specials, which you obtain through beating bosses, and R2 is used to sprint. What I think was so difficult for me to comprehend at first was that the game wanted me to constantly be on the move, kinda like a methed out speedrunner, instead of the slow and deliberate Souls-like combat that I'm so used to. Through the 4 hours that it took me to personally beat the game on my first run through, I still had felt like I had only scratched the surface. It wasn't until I had collected all of the chips. Oh yeah, by the way, there's 2 hidden chips on each level that can alter the way you play. For example, acrobatic, which allows you to double jump, an absolute must-have, or bloodlust, which allows you to regain a small amount of health each time you kill an enemy. Anyways though, after collecting all of the chips and unique powers for me was when the game absolutely shined. Replaying each level purely for the purpose of getting an S rating was exhilarating. My times went from 20 to 30 minutes each level to only 6, and each level becomes pure muscle memory as you blow through hordes of enemies and bosses alike. There's been a lot of controversy on Twitter lately about how achievements and trophies have affected games. In my opinion, that challenge is what makes this game. If I'm purely judging this off my first playthrough, this game is hard to recommend. But for those who like to push themselves in a game that mimics the golden age of gaming, then this package is a must-buy. It's an 8.5 out of 10, take it or leave it. Thanks for watching.